Yet another event passes by, yet another day with no RE9 information. And are y'all really surprised? Now, I know I was joking about it, but I did not expect RE9 to be revealed at a state of play of all freaking events. That is a showcase level game, and I don't understand why people don't get that. Like, people think RE9 is supposed to turn up at one of the most minor events of the year. It makes no sense, okay? So again, I'm still sticking with my prediction. We'll see a RE9 trailer in the summertime, maybe Summer Game Fest, something like that. But if it gets past summertime, I don't know when the hell we're gonna see Resident Evil 9. I'm gonna be completely real with you, but I just want to give my own personal theories on what's going on with RE9 currently, and I also want to read what Dust Golem has said for like the past day and just give my opinions on it because does Gollum, I know a lot of people in the community really don't like Gollum for some reason, like they really hate him for some reason, but the man's human. He's gonna be wrong sometimes. He's gonna be right. He clearly has insight though. So I just want to give my opinions, and I'm definitely sticking to my word. If they come out and somebody say, "Oh man, Jill's the main character," I'm not covering it. I'm tired of covering false stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give y'all false hope or just waste y'all time with false information. And a lot of y'all respected that, so I appreciate that. But let me just get started on the first thing Dust Gollum said. He said three main things. Resident Evil 9 did receive a delay from a reveal last year. They delayed it is because they think it needed a bit more time, so they're not rushing it, which is something I've been telling y'all for all these months. Capcom has no reason to rush an RE9 reveal. It just makes no sense. They can take their time with this game. They have so many other games coming out to distract everybody. Now, clearly not everybody else is getting distracted, but they are putting out a lot of games to keep people occupied. It's good. And plus, we got Monster Hunter Wild coming out in like a few weeks. That's going to be massive, and that's going to keep a lot of people busy. Another thing Dust Golem says is RE9 is a really ambitious game. It's taking longer simply because it is a huge game. Now, I don't know if y'all remember who's behind this next RE project, which we're all presuming is RE9, but Koshi Nakanishi, I think a lot of people forget Koshi Nakanishi's work. Koshi Nakanishi was behind RE7, and RE7 is the game many of us scream to the mountain that saved the RE franchise. It definitely took a massive risk. Like nobody would ever imagine a RE game going first person, but he put his vision in that game and it came out incredible. The most unique, and it is the most unique RE game to date. So Koshi Nakanishi is the one behind RE9. This is a guy that's not afraid to take risks. This is a guy that understands what the fans want, because RE7 returned to the horror roots just like the older RE games, and everybody loved it. Now, you did have some people, and I'm not gonna lie, I am not the biggest fan of these type of RE fans, but you did have people say it's not really an RE game, it's a good horror game, but it's not a Resident Evil game. I hate when certain RE fans are so picky when it comes to new RE games. They get mad because it's not an over-the-camera look, and you know how RE0 and RE1 is. Like, y'all gotta get with the program, man. Nobody's trying to play games like that anymore. At least Resident Evil, that's why they shifted to RE4. You have to evolve games, especially something like RE. It's been around for so goddamn long. Koshi is absolutely going to deliver something we have not seen before, and I promise y'all that. I believe the open world rumors. That is really the only rumor I truly think is legit. Because if you think about it, they were saying Dragon Dogma 2 and RE9 started development at the same time. I don't know if y'all played Dragon Dogma 2, incredible game, but the open world is freaking massive. Hella massive. So I believe they're using the same thing with RE9. We are going to get an open world RE game. And I don't even know how I feel about that. It just doesn't sound right. I don't know how an open world RE game would even work. All RE games are linear games. See RE being open world, but I'm intrigued by it. So it makes sense that it's taking so long. They are making sure there are no errors. And then again, Capcom wants this game to score well. Gaming companies care about scores, believe it or not. I know some people don't really care about scores. It may not be nothing to us, but we're not the ones working freaking night and day during crunch time making these games. And I went to school for game development. The shit is not easy. I promise. The shit is not easy, bro. It's not. I can't even imagine these employees that are on crunch time, like they're forced to freaking work fast. It's not an easy thing. So I'm glad they're taking their time and they're not folding from the pressure of RE fans to put out some sort of trailer, because the minute they just put out a title card or something, y'all gonna be pissed off. So I'm glad they're taking their time. So Gollum continues and says he thinks RE9 will be revealed this year. He think it might be revealed even later than this summer. So maybe at the end of the year, he's saying maybe towards the end of the year. And I wonder if they actually do that, would it come out 3 to 4 months later after the initial reveal? Because remember, usually all these RE games that are revealed, it's typically during the summertime, and then it'll come out maybe in January, February, or March, and I think April the latest. We haven't had a situation to my knowledge where a RE reveal comes out at the end of the year and it comes out like 3 to 4 months later. Maybe RE3, I don't remember, but Capcom typically doesn't move like that. But if they're skipping the summertime to reveal this game, that's going to tell me this game is absolutely massive. He says he wonders if Capcom is bold enough to push the Zero remake to be revealed soon for the Switch 2. Now, I keep seeing people say this. I've seen other RE content creators say this as well. If I promise you, I don't know how I'm going to react. If they show Resident Evil Zero remake and it says Switch exclusive, I would probably fucking flip a table, because who the fuck? Why would the Switch of all things, let them keep Mario and Zelda, all the kiddie stuff. There is no reason why a RE game should be locked behind a Switch. Cause I'm not buying no Switch. I bought my girl a Switch. I don't give a damn. Like, I'm not clowning you Switch players. You can do what you do. So I think that would be absolutely stupid. I probably would get triggered badly if that happened. If they get a Revelations or something, all right, cool, let them have that. But a mainline RE game, you are crazy. I don't think Capcom would do that. I hope not. But me personally, I believe we will get 0 before we get 9. I think that just makes more sense. But I mean, I could be wrong. I just don't see RE9 coming out, and then after the hype of RE9, then you drop something like RE0, which is not really the most popular RE title. So if anything, if they want to keep momentum up, I would see them do Code Veronica, not 0. He goes on to say, I've talked about RE9 being a huge game for years. There's plenty I don't know about RE9, but it doesn't mean I don't know anything. Mixture of some details I know, dev ambition, dev time. As of now, RE9 has been in development for 7 years, longer than any RE game before. I don't believe Gollum is wrong on this. Again, he gets insider information. Everything, like he said, he doesn't know everything, which makes it better because everybody's in the complete dark about RE9. Like, the littlest sprinkle of details does nothing. This game has been in the shadows for the longest, and we are just sitting here wondering, what is this game? Who's even starring in the game? Yes, there's been rumors about Leon and stuff, but is that even true? At first it was Jill was a part of the game, now Jill's not a part of the game. We don't know anything. For all we know, we could be playing as fucking Wesker. Like, who freaking knows what is going on in RE9? Who knows what we are going to do, who we're playing as, where the setting is, if it's a damn action game, horror game, third person, we don't know any of this. It's an exciting feeling, but it's also a scary feeling because we're waiting so long. They've been working on this game forever. This is either going to be a massive hit or it's going to let a lot of people down. And that's the pressure they're facing. Even though I feel like Capcom doesn't really feel as pressure, I feel like they're going about this really confidently. It's the same thing with like something like GTA 6. Everybody's been waiting for GTA 6 for so long. The hype is astronomical. Like, the hype for GTA 6 is so massive, it's going to let people down regardless if it's great or not. I feel like it's going to get to that point with RE9. 7 years of development is a long time. And yes, we've gotten numerous amount of RE games in that time. Working on a game for 7 years is a scary situation. Games take a long time to make, don't get it twisted. But if it's been in development for 7 years, there has been delays in this game. They've scrapped certain builds of the game. This is reminiscent of RE4. Of course, we know how that turned out, but it's still scary. Remember, Cyberpunk been worked on all those years, and we know how that turned out the first year. I'm not saying it's gonna happen to Capcom because this is Capcom we're talking about, but these companies are human. So another thing goes on to say is Capcom is not hurting for money at all, which I think we all know. RE9 wasn't the only RE game in development. As I've said before, there was a very funny period in 2018 that RE2 through 4, well, RE2 through 9 were all in development at once, which is fucking mental. Like, how? 4 of the 5 games have all come out during those 7 years and sold quite well. All those games came out. They were in development at the same time. The only blemish out of those games you would give Capcom is RE3. I don't think RE3 is bad. I know RE3 lovers, they probably think it's dog shit. I've never been a fan of RE3. So I thought the remake was solid. Capcom stumbled with RE3, cool, fine. All those other games are freaking fantastic. It's crazy the amount of games that they can work on and put out, and they're still high quality. And this is just RE. We're not even talking about like the Dragon Dogmas, the Devil May Cries of the world. I wonder if the Capcom employees freaking sleep at night. I truly do. If Capcom was hurting for money, we would see the trailer ASAP. If they needed some hype or something, we would see the trailer. I don't care if it was just Leon standing in the street and then the title card appears. They would have done it. This shows you that they are completely fine with taking the most amount of time possible. You got to look at it. They got all these they got the fighting game collection coming out. They got Onimusha, because y'all got on my ass about that. Oh, it's only... I got off work, bro. I was tired. All right. I was surprised y'all got on me so bad like that. I felt offended. Players F up, man. I know how to pronounce it, okay? I was tired. Didn't realize until I finished editing I wasn't going to redo the video because I mispronounced the name of the game, okay? So get off me. But Onimusha's coming out next year. Okami 2 coming out, I think, next year. Okami 2's coming. Like, there's a lot of games coming out from Capcom. They're not worried about pushing RE9 to the masses. They're not. We better just hope and pray that it doesn't come out in 2027. So now he goes on to say he's going to talk about facts instead of speculation. RE9 is built on the RE tech that Dragon Dogma 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds are using. In fact, all three of them were greenlighted together to take advantage of the open world dynamic gameplay system. And again, I believe that. I truly do. Because if it wasn't, if RE9 was not massive, I promise you we would have seen this game already. There's no way. When have we ever had to wait for an RE game that's been in development for more than 2 years this long? The only explanation for this is they're using the same open world as Dragon Dogma 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds. I already know that game is massive as hell too. So RE9 is as big as Dragon Dogma 2 or Monster Hunter Wild. I don't know how this game is going to do. I cannot tell you this game is going to be great. I can't tell you it's going to be bad. RE in the open world setting is just something I never thought would be a thing. So the bottom line is, when it comes to RE9, Capcom is trying to do something that they've never done before. We've seen the risks that they've taken over the years with this series. RE4 turned into an action game. You want to say action horror? Okay, cool. It turned into an action horror game. Even though I think Resident Evil 3 could qualify for that too. But the over-the-shoulder camera angle, it revolutionized gaming. With fast forward, RE7 went the PT route. Because I think people forget PT was supposed to be a thing. And once that got canned, Capcom, let's be real, y'all was like, you know what, that's a good idea. And bam, y'all, you did the first person look, and it took PT's place, and it was massively successful. But again, they took a risk. Resident Evil has never been a first person game. Dead Aim doesn't count. I don't want to hear it. So now we are staring down the barrel of a open world, most likely horror game. But I'm with it. I'm not one of those RE fans believe RE should stay the same. You don't get any better when you stay the same as you did in the 90s. Because there's people to date that will swear up and down the remakes are trash and the older games are so much better and they shouldn't have never been tampered with. So my prediction for RE9, even though this is not my last video about RE9, is when this game drops, it's going to absolutely split the community down the middle, just like a lot of these other RE games have. Earlier, people were saying RE7 was a good horror game, but it's not Resident Evil. It's a dumb statement. I really think that is a dumb statement. But there are going to be those fans that do the same thing. So yeah, this is just my take on everything, and this is just what I really think is going on with Capcom. I don't know if y'all feel any different. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. I think everything's been going smooth. Has it been a lot of issues during development? Y'all let me know how y'all feel. But all I know is, man, all I know is Capcom is still doing their thing. They're giving us a lot of games to work with while we wait for RE9. Play the waiting game, people. That's it. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys greatly. So hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get this video in the algorithm. I appreciate all the love and support on the videos that y'all give. Stay safe in these gaming streets. Peace out.